Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'll be talking about the type of visas and how you can answer some questions in embassy. The first one I'm going to talk about is B1 and B2 visa. B1 and B2 visa are like visitation visa and when you come for business. So if you are applying for B1 and B2 visas, make sure that you have a brother or somebody that can actually invite you for visiting in America. So if you are going to the embassy, actually when you get the invitation letter from your brother or your sisters, you go to GTB or some banks and schedule an appointment. So when you are going for the appointment, make sure you have your DS 160, 2 passports, and that's it, with some other documents. And make sure you have a photocopy, picture of the person that is inviting you. You may have a picture where you and the person sit together or stand together, snap a picture, so you can use that as a backup document when you actually get into the embassy. So another problem you people have in the embassy is when you are about to enter embassy in Nigeria, for example, you see a lot of miscreants, some fools try to convince you that, hey, that your passport is wrong, this and that, so that they can get some money from you. But never mind, you don't need to listen to them. Okay, once you have your DS 160, you have your 2 photocopy passports and some document like a naturalization certificate from somebody who invites you, I think you are good to go. So once you get into the embassy, you sit down and they will call you. So the first thing is make sure you smile. Don't be fidgeting, shaking, or be afraid. And try to look direct to the person that is, direct eyeball to eyeball with the person that is interviewing you. Some of the likely questions or tricks the interviewer normally ask, and if you don't answer it properly, they will just deny you. The major number one is, are you married? That is the major question that most of the people fall into traps in. When they ask you, are you married, don't ever say no. If they ask you, are you married and you are single, say yes, you are married. And believe me, in every interview they only have like maybe maximum of 5 minutes to decide. Maybe he or she is going to give you the visa or is going to deny you. At times 2 minutes. So within that 5 minutes, he may probably ask you like 2 questions or 3 and decide about your fate. So most of the question is, are you married? If the answer is no, forget about the visa. You are going back home. In fact, it may probably be the end of the interview. So if an interviewer has asked you, are you married? Yes. That is the answer. He may probably ask you your marriage certificate. Of course, you don't have it. It's at home because you are coming for a visitation. B1, B2, which is like a visiting. So you are not expecting to go with your husband. And you don't know you need your marriage certificate. And if he asks you, have you or do you have kids? Actually, most of the time, before they ask you if you have kids, they normally ask, how long have you been married? So it now depends on the question you give. The date. If you give a date within 1 year, they may ask you, do you have kids? You may probably say no. But if you backdate like 4 to 3 years, for example, 2018, and he asks you, are you married? Yes. When did you get married? 2015. How many kids do you have? 1. Okay, that is make it smoothly. Or if he asks you, are you married? Yes. When? 2018, January. Do you have kids? No. Don't try to lie. You can't. The only way you will lie is about the marriage, because if you tell any interviewer during the visa interview and he asks you, are you married, and the answer is no, that is the end of interview. Don't fall in that trap. So, and if we proceed, where's your husband? Tell him he is outside waiting for you. So in the interviewer, we have the confidence that, okay, your husband knows about your traveling. He may probably ask you, why are you traveling lonely? You may say you are just going there to visit your cousin, because the person that invites you, he may probably put it there like you are his sister, or you are a sister, cousin, niece, all those stuff. So you know what's actually the relationship between you and the person that is inviting you. So if he asks you, why are you going alone? Just tell who the person is, that you are going there just to visit your cousin, uncle, whatever is in the invitation letter. Please, the mistake some people made, the invitation letter may say their uncle is inviting them, but when they ask the question, who are you going to meet? They may probably say, my brother. So, it's contradicting. And when they find out that in the interview it is uncle and you are saying it is brother, they may end the interview and deny you. So make sure you know what is actually in the IV and agreement between you and whoever is inviting you about the relationship. So after he or she asks you, where's your husband? It's outside. In case he or she asks you to call your husband in, don't be scared. Believe me, just go outside, look for any man outside and talk to the person that, okay, this is the situation. Though that won't happen. I haven't seen that happen in our embassy anyway, that they ask you to go and call, because they don't have time, they only have 5 minutes. So that will not happen. But in case, go outside, it is Nigeria, you can talk to any man in the street and they will help you out. But before you go in, make sure you know you tell the man your surname, because if they ask you what is his name and he's giving something different, that may jeopardize your chances. So, are you married? Yes. Where's your husband? It's outside. Do you have kids? Yes. Who are you going to meet? That is another question. My uncle. What's he doing? He's a lawyer, doctor. You have to know all these questions. He's a lawyer. Where does he stay? He lives in Albany, Georgia. He lives in New York. He lives in Los Angeles. You have to know all those ones. So within that short of period, he will tell you, okay, I'm giving you this visa, or I'm denying you. If he gives you the visa, good luck. If he denies you, some people always make one mistake. Once they were being denied, they change face, they look unhappy, they look haggard. But, at times, these interviewers are very, very intelligent. They want to know maybe how you feel, So if you feel like, oh, it's not giving me the visa, you look bad, forget about it, he won't give it to you. But if you say, oh, sorry, we deny you, just smile, thank you, make some jokes. There are some jokes you can give and it may rethink. One, if you deny you, let's say I went for an interview, and the guy or whoever it is denies me the visa. The first thing I will, oh, thank you very much for your time. When you show appreciation that you appreciate his time or her time, they normally give them some. It's like relieve their stress. Like, oh, this really show appreciation. Don't just squeeze your face. Oh, thank you for your time. I will try next time. I don't, some people, when they were denied, they will ask, why do you deny me? That is foolish questions. Because once they deny you, they normally give like one piece of paper, and they will just tell you, go and read. And that's it. Okay? So don't ask, why do you deny me? Just say, thank you for your time. I really appreciate for your time. I'm so happy you are the one that interviewed me. The secret things about these white people in embassies, when you say, God bless you, God bless America, believe me, he or she may call you back and give you that visa. I think at least I've seen two people that did that. I told you, hey, once you are not given the visa, don't go there and be ranting, shouting, or look bad, or feel like as if you are about to cry because you didn't get the visa. But just show some appreciation. I really appreciate for your time. I will try to, reschedule my appointment. Maybe next time I may be happy to go to America. God bless you, ma'am, or God bless you, God bless you, sir. God bless America, and you just walk away. He or she may call you back. So that is if you are getting a B1 or B2 visa, which is a visitation or business visitors. Another problem is if you are filling the form to schedule your appointment, there's one B1 slash B2. If you select B2 when you are filling the form, online, when you are scheduling the appointment online, make sure what you select is B1 slash B2. If you select B2, forget about it, you won't get visa. B2 visa is like a medical treatment. And for you to apply for B2 visa, it has to be recommended by a doctor. A doctor has to recommend you that, okay, you have one ailment and you need a treatment in America. So you have to go with medical doctor recommendation. So most of people, when they fill this form online, they just pick a B2. And believe me, if you pick B2, you are not going to get the visa. They may not even ask you a question. So another type of visa is a P visa. P visa is for athletics, artists, entertainers like the musicians, So if you are athletics and you want to come to America, probably for Olympic or something like that, okay? Or you're a musician, you want to come and play some music for your fans, they want to see the record, they want to see how you have performed. Have you sing before? Have you sang somewhere before? Have you done a concert before? So they want to know that you are really into the music, It's not that you just come from nowhere and, oh, I'm a musician, I'm going to America without any tangible experience background that you have shown in the past, that you can actually show them the picture, like a little video, so that they know, okay, it's a musician, or maybe like a popular musician, like people like the video, of course, Whiskey, D'banj. So those one, they don't really need much questions, before they got the visa. At times, to get P visa, you just need an agent, because you may probably be going with your boys, your bands, and the agent will be the one taking out the passport and go to the embassy and get it. So then another type of visa is a D visa. D visa is like a crew member visa, like a airline. For example, like a Virgin Airline, Delta Airline, for instance. So the crew, those people that are work for them, they normally seek D type visa. So these people, they don't go to the embassy. It's the company that will get the visa for them. So they only need to, I don't think they even actually apply in the embassy. The company will get the visa for them, and they go strictly with the flight. So most of them when they get to their destination, that is why you see most of them, they just walk through the immigration without much stress. So another one is a visa. This is like a diplomatic people and a foreign government officials. For example, a governor of a state, the president is coming to America, for example. So he will get an A visa. A visa is for the foreign government. So if, let's say, when President Buhari came to America during the UN, that is the visa he will get with his entourage, with the governors. I know governor of Edo State was there too, Obaseki. So those visas they just get the agent. The agent will be the one that will appear in the embassy and get the necessary visa. K1 visa. K1 visa is when you are trying to bring your fiancé down to America. That is what you will file. K1 visa is like, I'm in America, my wife is in another country. Let me use Nigeria for example, because I've been to, that is where I think I can make my point more clearer. So now you are in America, probably in Chicago, and your wife is still based in Lagos, and you want to bring him down to America. What you need to file is K1 visa. So K1 visa include I-129 and 130. 129 first. So in this case, if your wife is going to the embassy after the medical and all those stuff, the question they may probably ask is, when did you marry? What is your husband's job? How long have you been to America? And they may probably ask him, ask her, how did you meet your husband? Why didn't you go with your husband when he was going to America? All those little questions will be asked. And so, you know, before you, if truly she's your wife, she should be able to answer all those questions. And if she's not your wife, maybe somebody you want to help, you and her have to talk a lot on phone. Another thing is, when she is going to the embassy, she can print the mode of your communication maybe on Yahoo. So make sure you use Yahoo to communicate with your wife when you want to file K1 visa. So she can print that one out and take it along with some documents you will file. So to make sure that you people are actually communicating, you're actually talking. It's not that you don't talk at all. They want to see the proof that, okay, you legally married this person. It's not that, you know, they also understand that some of Nigerians, Africans, we just try to help ourselves and we do all those stuff. So they understand the system too. So by printing out the communication between you and her, we give the interviewer some relieve that, okay, truly this is legitimate, they legally married. So another type of visa I'm going to talk about is A2 visa. So this is like given to military, foreign military coming to America. Let's say, for example, the Nigerian Army, some of them wants to study in America, for example. Nigeria federal government will seek for A2 visa. It's probably for the military that will be stationed in US. So then another one I'm going to talk about is O1 visa. The O1 visa is for foreign national with extraordinary ability, like genius, very intelligent in entertainment, education, business, athletics. So if you are like, let me take a Wole Soyinka for example. He's a genius. So he does come to America to study, to lecture. So people like him, we seek for O1 visa because of his ability, his genius. He knows much about literature. So America will want somebody like that to improve their economy. And people like, for example, Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber came to America through a 01 visa. Why? Because his ability, extraordinary ability in music. So American knows if he gets here, he plays some music, makes some money, and they get their own taxes too, which may probably be millions. So they believe he's going to contribute to their society. So if you are very, very intelligent, probably like a computer guru, yeah, seek for O1 visa. So what are the questions they will probably ask you in the embassy? They want to see some proof that truly you know what you are talking about. Like Wole Soyinka, I got a lot of awards. You can show them, this is what I got internationally, this is what I do, So they want to see the proof. They may probably not ask you much question, especially if you are popular. You are being known throughout your country. So they may give you the visa and they may deny you the ultimate. Another type of visa I'm going to talk about is I visa. I visa is for the media. If the media, probably, let me just put AT&T, Punch, they want to cover an occasion in America, for example, they will seek for I visa. Their company can help them to get that through agents, or they can go to the embassy by themselves with the proof that they actually work in that media organization. So the most question they normally ask is a sample of event he or she has covered before. So if you have covered 1 or 2 events, you tell them, I've done this, I've done that, I was at the so event, APC convention, all those events. Then you can go along with the pictures, where you snap a picture at the event, and if it is your company that is doing it for you, so you don't need to worry about that. So I've already talked about B2 for medical visa. Please don't file for B2 without doctor's recommendation. If you file for B2 visa and no document recommendation, you will be denied. Another one I'm going to talk about is R visa. This is for the religious workers, the pastors, imams, etc., the chaplain, the priest. So if they were coming to America, probably for an occasion, they seek for R visa. And some of the questions you may be asked is to quote one verse in the Bible. So if you cannot quote any verse in the Bible and you call yourself a pastor, it may be the interview may probably be in shambles. You understand? And there are some Bible section that they may probably ask you, and if you don't know it, yeah, you may probably go back home without getting the visa. So the best thing is to know one verse or two before you actually go to the embassy and seeking for our visa. Another one the next one I'm going to talk about is H-1B. H-1B visa are the visa for specialty occupations in field require highly specialized knowledge, like physician, surgeon. Most of the time if you are in America, for example, computer has been like worldwide now. And if you look at the Indians, they are very highly intelligent when it comes to computer. So most of the companies in America that deals with computer, like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft, they employ people from India. As a matter of time, if you call Amazon customer service, you will notice that the person that will talk to you now is from India, like Asian guy anyway, but most of them are from India. So those are the special occupation now in America, like computer is booming. So the companies, they get a H-1B visa for the Indians to come to America and work for them. So another one I'm going to talk about is F1 and F2 visa, that is student visa. Student visa, of course, is you apply to one higher institution, university or community college. So the school will send you admission. So when you go to the embassy, the first thing they will probably ask you is, what are you going to study? What is your discipline? So look at when the school gave you admission, they will specify what you have been admitted for. It may probably be law, medical, computer science. So in the embassy, when they ask you, what are you going to study? What is your discipline there? And maybe the school give you admission to come and study law, and you get to the embassy, you told them you are going to study English. It may probably contradict what the paper says. As a matter of, because of that can truncate your opportunity to get the visa. So, if they ask you, what are you going to study, make sure you have already check your admission letter. Oh, it is law in the paper. Yeah, I'm going for law. What school are you in Nigeria? They will probably ask you that too. Maybe if you are still in school, you tell them the truth. And if you are finished or graduated, you tell them I graduated probably in law or in English in so school. Then you show them the certificate of that. You have to go with that certificate actually. Then with your school cert, that one too, you need to go with that and with the admission letter. Then they may probably ask you when you're in school, what is your best subject? You tell them the best subject. Know that your best subject is the one you can talk about freely. You can flow, you can say anything about it. Because they may probably ask you one or two questions about your best subject. Like, what is the definition of this? And so just know what you're going to say about that. So after your best subject, they may ask you to name two of your teachers or your lecturers. So you should be able to say one or two things, and if you mention the names, they may also ask you who is your best lecturer. You may tell them any lecturer. The secret about this is like, if they ask you any question and you don't know, just give any names. First of all, they were not there, so they don't know if you are lying or telling the truth. Let's assume I don't remember my lecturer. And what is your lecturer? You can say, Mr. George. So why do you like Mr. George? Is this, is that? Just give anything that comes to your mind. Obviously, the person that is talking to you doesn't know who Mr. George is. Even either Mr. George exists or not, he doesn't know. So just give names and make the interview flow. Okay. If he asks you a question and you are giving some blab reply, like Mr. George and Mr. So the communication is dangle, you know, there's a clause. So you may probably thinking that, oh, you are thinking before you even name your lecturers, and as a matter of, because of that, you may probably jeopardize your chances of getting the visa. So that is F1 and F2, which is a student visa and a student dependent. Another one is a M1 visa. That is vocational, student vocational visa. So in this case, you may probably be 2 or 3 or 4 in your school that are coming for vocational and probably for excursion and all those stuff. So your school should be the one that will submit your visa, your passports to the embassy, and it is school probably the principal that will talk about what are you guys going to do. Though you may probably appear there too, but most of the questions will be for the principal, what is going to do, how long has been planning to go to America for vocational and all those stuff, you know. Then another one I'm going to talk about is H2A visa. This is like a temporary workers for agriculture only. Seasonal agricultural. So for example, in Nigeria, let me just choose Nigeria for example. There's some season where you see corn. There's some season where you see cotton. There's some season it is A. So during that season, the farmer or farmers here in America, when it's time for, let me just say cotton period, they can file H2A visa for somebody outside America to come and assist them, because most of these farming jobs, American citizens don't really have interest in it, and it is giving the farmers a lot of ethics, because they may need people to assist them, but American citizens don't want to farm. And if you're a farmer in America, you have to like landscape, tractors, all those stuff to do it. So it is very, very hard to get individual that you will employ in America to come and help you during the seasonal period. So most of farmers, they go out of the country to get people, and most of them normally go to Mexico because Mexico is very close by to assist. So the last one I'm going to talk about is H2B visa. H2B visa is also temporary workers, but not agricultural aspect. It's like maybe, let me see, there's like maybe conference, for example, and they need people that will do some menial jobs, cleaning, washing the bathroom, washing the toilet, all those stuff. And they were looking for people to do that, and they couldn't find anybody in America that is interested, so they can seek for H2B. So this one is temporary workers, but not agricultural. but H2A is agriculture. H2 is basically on agric. So that is that. Think about which one you think it is fit for your status. And the most common one is B1, B2, and the conference. Those are the most common one. The one that is common too, which is about to be closed, is called DV visa, popularly called a visa lottery in those days. But I think now visa lottery has been cancelled in Nigeria, but in some countries, they were still having the opportunity to have the visa lottery. And the current president, Donald Trump, is thinking or is planning or probably has been in agenda to cancel the DV visa lottery completely. So hopefully very soon there won't be anything called a visa lottery. So that's it, guys. You can contact me on Swanepa The Truth on Facebook, like my page, subscribe to my page, and if you have any problem or you don't know what to do about visa issue, you can contact me. I will definitely put you through. And if you already got the visa and you don't know what to do about it and what is the next step you need to do about it, or probably you're already in America and you don't know what you need to do, definitely very soon I will do another show, another video, how you can be an American citizen within, let me say, 3 or 4 years when you get to America. So we are still going to do that, but for now it is just the type of visa and some likely questions, how you can answer the questions. So most of the question is always on B1, B2. That is where people have problems, a lot of problems. A lot of people are denied for B1, B2 visa because it is just visitation. But others are not really ethic, like B1, B2. Like 01, you can get that one without even asking you a simple question. If you have a special occupation, highly specialized, like H1B, the ability they can give you visa without even asking a question. But when it comes to B1 and B2, it is always tug of war between the interviewer and you. So watch out for our next video about visa and what you can do to get your visa and some questions. So if you guys have any question, kindly contact me. Thank you for listening. Thank you.